Hi guys, it's Valerie. Today we are going to be doing a workout for our arms and our abs. You can have two weights, but weights are totally optional. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're just going to start with some nice reaches. So we're reaching up and pulling that knee in. Lift those fingers nice and high, just warming up the body. Keep moving for 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch it out. Lengthen that right leg, lift that right arm nice and high, and then let's bring it in. Elbow to knee. Really use that core here, moving that arm. You got this. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's move into jumping jacks. Arms reaching nice and high. Option to take this one leg at a time, nice and slow, or find a little hop to your step. Beautiful. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back to those reaches. Reach that left arm nice and high. Maybe this time you get a little bit deeper. Maybe you bring that elbow all the way to the knee. Really contract the abs here. Squeeze it in. Squeeze. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let's switch it out. Reach that arm nice and high. Let's crunch it together. You got it. Bring that knee to the elbow. Really squeeze it in. Bring that knee nice and high. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to our jumping jacks. This time option to find a front raise. Bring those arms forward and then out. Forward and then out. Option to take it down into that one leg at a time if you'd like. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Nice job. Let's go ahead and grab our weights. We're going to start with some bicep curls, but we're going to do halfway up. So we're just going to come halfway and lower down. Half and lower. Lift and lower. Nice job. Last 2. And then we're going to go all the way to the top. Halfway down. Top and half. Up and down. Not lowering all the way yet. For 3, 2, and then let's go all the way down, all the way up. You got this. Full bicep curl, full range of motion, using those biceps. For 3, 2, nice slow and controlled movements. And 1, let's come to our lateral raises. It's okay to have a bend in the knees here. We're gonna lift the arms up and out. Now make sure that you're kind of lifting your arms forward. We don't wanna go straight out to the sides. That's not our normal range of motion for our shoulders. So slightly coming forward, lifting up and lowering. Nice job. Beautiful, almost there. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice job feeling those arms already. We're gonna come into our bent over rows. So we're gonna find a hinge from the hips. Make sure your back stays nice and straight. No rounding of the spine. Puff that chest forward, arms come down, and then we're lifting back. Elbows stay nice and close to the sides. We're just pulling back and down. Almost like you're starting a lawnmower with 2 hands. Pull those elbows back. Keep it hinged. The more you hinge forward, the more harder this is gonna be. The harder this will be. Last 3, last 2, and 1. Nice job. We're gonna take one of our weights and place them down on the floor. The other arm is gonna lift nice and high to the sky. Your opposite hand is gonna come towards that elbow. We're gonna drop it down and lift it up. So this arm right here is just stabilizing that elbow, making sure it's not splaying out to the side. And we're lowering and we're lifting. We're really squeezing the triceps as we lift. Squeeze up. This is one arm tricep extensions. You want to feel that in that tricep. Awesome job. For 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. We're going to come right back to our other side. So go ahead and grab those weights. This time we're going to do cross-body hammer curls for those bicep curls. Lift them up and over. Reaching the thumb towards the shoulder. My back stays nice and straight. I'm not hinging forward. You got this. Nice job. Feel those biceps. For 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Arms are going to go out like a W. I'm going to pull my elbows in towards my side and then lengthen them out. Lower and lengthen. You got this. Option to drop those weights at any time. We're lengthening and pulling the arms in towards the side. Squeeze those elbows in towards the rib cage. You got it. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're going to come to lateral raises. Back. But this time we're going to add a front raise and come forward. Out to the side. Forward. Nice job. Lift it out. And then to the front. You got this. Last 2. To the front. Last 1. Awesome job. Let's come back into our bent over rows. Hinge forward from the hips, but this time we're going to turn our hands down towards, up towards the ground. Kind of pull those elbows out. We're going to reach it back and forward, back and forward. So this time our palms are up. Just a little rotation in the hands here. Squeeze those elbows in towards the side. You might feel this a little bit more in the front of the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Really squeeze. 2 and 1. Nice job. Let's drop one of our weights. Take the arm nice and high to the sky. Take your opposite arm. Hold that arm nice and steady as we lift and lower. Extending that arm nice and high. Feeling that tricep. We squeeze up. Squeeze. Try to keep that bicep nice and close to the ear. The harder it'll be, the closer it is to you, the more we're going to get that one. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Awesome job. Let's come down onto the floor. We're going to make our way into a plank position. So you're going to want to get onto your hands. An option to stay on your knees or come up onto your toes. We're going to plant the left hand, open up the right, and take a side plank. And then that right hand is going to come down. The left arm is going to extend and find that opposite side plank. Beautiful. We're going to move through that. Opening up the body and then switching it out. Nice job. Nice slow and controlled movements. Notice that my hips stay down towards the ground. I'm not lifting my booty up. My core is nice and tight. You got this. Let's lift that left arm nice and high. Let it lower. Lift that right arm up. Hold here. Pull that belly up and in. Keep the hips from dipping down. Lift those hips nice and high for 3, 2. Nice job. We're going to take that left knee, drop it down onto the mat. We're going to reach that top arm forward. Option here to grab your weight. Reach it up nice and high. Extend that top leg off the floor. We're going to crunch and lengthen. Crunch and lengthen. Really squeeze it in. Bring that knee towards the elbow. It's okay if they don't come together. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let's drop that weight down onto. We're going to come back into our plank positions. I'm going to switch sides here. We're going to come onto our hands. Again, option to stay down on those knees or come up onto those toes. We're going to come up onto the hands and then drop it down to the elbows. Back up to the hands. Opposite elbow comes down first. We're lifting up and lowering. Option to come down onto those knees. You're still working those arms and you're still working that core. Pull that belly away from the floor. Challenge yourself here. We've got 2 more each side. Drop it down. Lift it up. Awesome. Last 1. Lower down. Lift it up. Nice job. We're going to come on to our right hand. Bend that right knee. We're going to take our left arm. Reach it up nice and high to the sky. Extend it forward. Lift that top leg. And then we're crunching. Crunch it in. Crunch and lengthen. Really hug that elbow in towards the knee. You got this. You're doing great. Last 3. Feel that burn on the shoulders. 2 and 1. Awesome job. Drop that weight down onto the floor. We're going to come back to our plank position for our plank, side plank, side plank. Hands down. Tuck those toes under. Plant that left arm. Reach that right arm nice and high. Switch it out. Coming down and lifting. Nice, slow and controlled movements. Core is nice and tight. You guys are doing great. 1 more each side. Drop it down, lift it up and hold here. Lift the hips nice and high. We're gonna drop down onto that bottom knee. Lift that top arm nice and high. Lift that top leg and then exhale, crunch. Lengthen, crunch. Awesome job. Really squeezing it here, using that core, using our shoulders. My arm is nice and strong here. I'm not, flopping around with that arm. It's nice and strong and sturdy. Last one, hug it in. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We're gonna head back into our plank up downs. Remember, always an option to drop down onto those knees. Let's come up onto the hands and drop it down to the elbows. Lift up and lower. Awesome. Feeling the burn. Lowering and lifting. We have 2 more each side. You got this. Remember to alternate your elbows. Alternate which hand brings you back up. Nice. 1 more time. Lift all the way up. Let's drop those knees. Grab our weight. And we're going to head into the opposite side. Ground that bottom hand down. That bottom knee is down onto the mat. We're going to reach that left arm nice and high. Extend it. Lift that top leg. Crunch. Lift. Crunch. Awesome job. You're doing so good. We are about halfway there. You're crushing it. Here we go, last 3. At the end, we're gonna hold. And 1, hold, squeeze it in. And then go ahead, let's drop that weight down onto the floor. And we'll go ahead and come back to standing. Take your weights with you. We'll need 1 to start. And we're gonna come into those same kind of bent over rows, but this time we're gonna do it with 1 knee bent and 1 leg straight. And drop that right arm down and then lift it all the way up. So you're rotating with your torso as you come down, and then you're lifting up. You're pulling that elbow towards the sky, reaching it up, lower, reach, lower. Awesome job. We're using that core, nice, slow, and controlled. I'm not thrusting my body around. I'm not moving too quickly. I'm gonna injure my back. Last 3, last 2, and 1. Nice job. We're gonna switch it to the opposite side. Whatever hand has your weight, the opposite leg is gonna come forward. Hand on that knee. Drop it down, lift it up. Lower and lift. Find that rotation of the spine. Nice slow movements. This is gonna help us when we have to carry groceries. Or maybe you are using a lawnmower and you have to use your hand. Whatever it is, we do this motion quite a bit throughout our day. And if we don't practice, we can injure ourselves. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Nice job. Let's grab your other weight. We're gonna do the same hinge over thing we did before. So we're gonna hinge from the hips, bend the knees slightly, but this time we're gonna reach our hands nice and high. Make it Y with your body, and then we're gonna lower the weights down. Your arms are gonna come out, you're gonna make a T, and you're gonna lower down. Y and T. So when you come up, you're really squeezing those shoulders, keeping the ribs drawn in. You don't wanna puff out the belly when you rise up. You wanna keep that rib cage nice and tight. Notice my ribs stay down. And then I squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. You got this. Last 3. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Reach the arms up. Find that Y. Nice, slow and controlled movements. Not injuring the body. And 1. We're going to hold that Y. Lift those arms nice and high. Bend the elbows. Find a W. Lift up Y. W. Squeeze the elbows in nice and tight. Lift and lower. Try to keep that hinge for 3. I know it hurts. 2 and 1. Awesome. Let's take our weights down to the floor, and we're gonna come down onto our backs. Go ahead and grab your weights. Option to take both or just 1 for now. We're gonna lay all the way down onto our back, and we're gonna extend our legs towards the sky. Now, option here to bend those knees if you'd like. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift those legs, lift our weight, Option to have 2 if you really want to challenge yourself. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Reach your weight towards the sky. Try to keep a little space here, but try not to pop your chin out. Lower down on your inhale. Exhale, reach up. Lower down. Reach and lower. Reach, lower. You got this. Use that core. Really push that low back into the mat. Your whole spine should be pushed down onto the floor. If it's not, bend those knees. Pull the knees a little closer into the chest if you need to. It's very important that that low back stays down, or we're not going to be working the right core muscles. We're going to be working more of our hip flexor. And today is for abs, so reach for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Let's come all the way up onto a seat. We're going to come into a rower position. Whew, getting tired. Sweaty. All right, so let's bring the weight towards our chest. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Your feet can totally stay down on the ground. I'm going to lean back until I feel my core engage. I want to make sure I'm not rounding the spine and putting all my weight on my tailbone. I want to be up on my sit bones, sitting up nice and tall. Option to stay here or lift the feet. If you lift the feet and your back rounds, keep your feet on the floor. Again, we're building that core strength so that we can sit up nice and tall and lift those knees when we're ready. All right, enough talking, more abs. Lay back, take that weight by the chest. We're gonna drop the right elbow to the ground, lift it up, drop that left elbow, lift it up, lower and lift, lower and lift. You got this. Using that core. Beautiful. Last 2 each side. Awesome. 1 more. And lay all the way back down. Let's take a full body stretch. Reach the fingers, point the toes, and then we're going to grab both of our weights. Optional for both your weights. If you'd like, you can just keep one weight in. We're going to keep the weights close to our shoulders. And then when we exhale, we're going to rise up. Again, option to keep your feet on the floor, feet in Supta Baddha, or you can even have your legs out nice and long. The harder it'll be is to bring your legs all the way up. So hands down by the shoulders, we're going to rise up, and then we're going to add a chest press. Lower all the way down. Actually, it's more of a shoulder press. Lift all the way up. Lengthen. Lower all the way back down. Come back up, rise up. Push the weights up towards the sky. Lower all the way down. You got this. This is very challenging. Use that core. Option here to just take a sit up. Raise the arms. Lower all the way back down. You got this. Whatever variation works for you. We're building up that strength. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Awesome job. Let's come all the way down onto our back. Option to drop your weights or keep your weights. We're going to move into the hundreds. What we do for this one is we're going to bend the knees and stack them right over the hips. We're going to lift the chest off the floor, and my gaze is going to go right down at my navel. If you have weights here, you can hold your weight steady above the ground. We're going to hold here, and then we're going to lengthen the legs. Lower. Lengthen. That gaze stays down at that navel. Maybe you take tiny pulses with those arms. Nice job. Breathe here. Yes, I dropped my weights. You can too. It's better to have quality over quantity. Last 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Let's lay back down on our back. We're going to come back to those toe taps. So we're going to go ahead and lengthen our legs nice and high. Again, option to keep those legs bent. We're going to lift the hands up nice and high, but this time we're going to twist over to the left, back to center, twist right, center, left. Awesome job. You got this. Squeeze it up, crisscrossing over the body. Nice job for 3. More each side. Last 2. Last 1. To the left. Nice job. Let's rise up onto our seat and come back to our rower abs. Hands are going to come onto that weight. Weight is totally optional. You can do this with just your body weight. Option to keep your feet down on the floor or lift those heels nice and high. Lift and lift, twist and lift. Now if you want, you can add a little punch. Just make sure that you stay leaning back. My core is nice and engaged. Nice, and I'm twisting. I'm still rotating with the body. My left elbow's headed towards the floor. My right. Nice job. Keep it going. Squeeze for 3, 3, 2. Find that nice tight core. And 1. Awesome job. Option to keep your weights for this next one or drop them down to the ground. We're going to keep those weights close to the shoulders, legs out nice and long. This time we're going to rise up, up. And then we're going to lift and take a little fly back to center, lower all the way back down. Rise up, lift the arms out, fly. Come all the way back down. So I'll do it from this angle so you can see. Rise up. I'm lifting up and out. Back and center. Nice job. Lift up and reach out. Center, lower down. Extend it out. Reach it up. Nice job. Having a hard time finding my rhythm. Lower all the way back down. Last 2. You got this. Last one. Reach it up. Nice job. Lower all the way back down. You did it. We got one more, and then we are done. Let's go ahead, bring those knees, stack them above the hips. Take those hands down by the hips, gaze down at that navel. Gently pulse the arms, lift the legs, lower, lift, lower. You got this. Maybe you start to kick your feet out a little farther away. Just make sure that that low back is glued into the mat. You got this. This is all we have left for 3, 2, 1. Let's take a full body stretch. Reach the fingers, point the toes, and on your exhale, let's roll onto our belly. Take a little stretch. Push the chest through the shoulders, stretch out that core. Nice job. Back up. Take the hands behind the shoulders or behind the back. Puff up the chest. Maybe take some neck rolls. And you are all set. Make sure you stay hydrated. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.